Good morning, student. As in continuation with chapter number 2, today we will discuss about the types of experiment that are used in psychology. So under this comes your field experiment and Queasy experiment. Children, field experiment is one of the common research tool in the hands of socialists, educationalists and social psychologists. So children, it is believed that when the experimenter manipulate one or more independent variable in a natural setting for determining their effect upon behavior, the procedure is known as field experiment. Field experiment is an experiment which is conducted in a natural setting. The setting may be school, factory, hospital, shopping complex, a street corner, or any place in which the behavior can be identified. So children, it is believed that in a field experiment, we can observe behavior when a subject are psychologically engaged in a real situation. As a consequence, we have a greater experimental realism, which is defined as the extent to which the experiment task engages subject psychology such that they become less concerned with the demand characteristics. So children, the basic use of the field experiment is to know how people behave in a natural setting, in a natural environment. Now children, if we talk about the another method, that is Queasy experiment. So children, it is believed that many variables cannot be manipulated in the laboratory setting. For example, if you want to study the effect of earthquake on children who lost their parents, you cannot create this condition artificially in laboratory. In such situation, the researcher adopts a method of Queasy. So children, the Latin word meaning as a experimentation. In such type of experiment, the independent variable is selected rather than varied or manipulated by the experimental. For example, in the experimental group, we can have children who lost their parents in the earthquake, and in the control group, children who experienced the earthquake but did not lose their parents. Thus, a Queasy experiment attempts to manipulate an independent variable in a natural setting using naturally occurring groups to form the experimental and control groups. So children, it means that in Queasy experiment, the independent variable is manipulated in a natural occurring situation. Now children, if we look at the correlation research, the significance of the correlation research is that we can study two different qualities by it. It is needed for the prediction about the problem. We can tell about the ability in another subject, or on the basis of the success in one subject, we can provide vocational and educational guidance to the student. So children, in psychological research, we often wish to determine the relationship between the two variables for prediction purposes. For example, you may be interested in knowing whether the amount of study time is related to the student academic achievement. This question is different from one which experimental method seeks to answer, in the sense that here you do not manipulate the amount of study time and examine its impact on achievement. Rather, you simply find out the relation between the two variables to determine whether they are associated or convery or not. So children, let me explain you the meaning of correlation. It is often seen that the scores of science and mathematics subject are related to one another. A student who score good marks in mathematics also get good marks in science. So we can say that two subjects have correlation. With the increase in age, height of a person also grows in a definite degree. In the same way, the achievement in age reduces the power of memory. It occurs after a certain age. In these examples, we can say that age has a correlation with height and age has a correlation with memory. So children, we can say that definition of correlation is whenever two variables are so related that the increase or decrease in one corresponds to the increase or decrease in another, or conversely, increase or decrease in one corresponds to the degree of another. Increase in another, they are called to be correlated. Now children, there are three types of correlations. First is positive correlation, second is negative correlation, third is zero correlation. So let us know what is positive correlation. When increase in the data of one group also cause increase in the data of another group, or decrease in the data of one group also cause a decrease of data on another group. For example, children, a child who get good marks in maths, he also get good marks in science. So there is a positive correlation. Or we can say that a child who does not score good marks in maths and he does not score good marks in science, so that is also a positive correlation. So children, negative correlation, when increase in the data of one group causes a decrease in the data of another group, or decrease in the data of one group causes an increase of data of another group, it is called negative correlation. For example, children, when your age increases, the retention of the power decreases. So this is a negative correlation. Now children, if we talk about the zero correlation, when increase or decrease in the data of one group does not have any influence on the data of another group and both of them are independent from one another, in this respect, then this is called zero correlation. So children, it is believed that the correlation research in psychology is used in order to make the prediction. So children, as I have discussed about the positive, negative and zero correlation, all of the three correlation method are different from one another. So children, kindly make a note of this in your notebook.